welcome back to Fairview Farm. I am on my way back from the shop. I have just picked up this brand new piece of kit that we're going to be trying out on the farm. This hopefully is going to revolutionize our grass work quite a bit on the farm. This is a Reform Mountie V110. It's a 109 horsepower tractor, but it's specially built for doing grass work on alpine or in alpine locations. So a lot of this is used in the Alps. Somebody said they had a second-hand one of these kicking around, and would I like it to be to give it a try out and have a go with. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to be doing our cut of silage, our November cut of silage. It is November the 6th today. And also, look at this. What a change we've got in the yard. So everything has been cleared up. The new concrete's been laid. We have a whole space here open now. It's opened the yard up massively. We are going to be building a shed here. We do have construction for a shed coming. Oh yeah, and this is our new little tractor. So yeah, this is the Reform Mountie. It's got a front 3-point and a rear 3-point. As I said, 110 horsepower. Unfortunately, we can't get a front mower that will be powerful enough, or that is low enough power for us to connect our current mower on the back. So we might end up looking and seeing exactly what we can do as far as a new configuration for our mower setup goes. But one of the nice things about this, if I do this and jump out of it again, this has 4-wheel steering on it. So it is going to have a lot of maneuverability for us getting around fields, and should work out fairly well for us from that point of view. So yeah, I think this is going to be a good little addition to the farm. It can certainly handle our mower. It can handle our forage wagon. In fact, it can handle everything that we're going to be doing with grass for this. So yeah, I think we're going to be in good stead with it. As I said, we're going to go and give it a go on our fields today, see how it does, see if we can get a whole load of silage collected. And as we discovered last time, we're basically just going to go round, cut, and then we will collect up, because we can't get enough rows together with our windrower to make it worth our while otherwise. And yeah, look at the amount of grass we're getting off that. That is fantastic. Straight away, we're in for a better cutoff here today than we had a few months ago. I am very happy about where we are already. We've only done one strip so far. I think this is going to be a pretty good day, although I've got to keep my mower away from the hedge, otherwise we're going to run into problems. This is flying along this field, but I think the real test is going to be getting up this hill here. It's not really stopping. The extra little bit of horsepower is definitely helping. And yeah, look at that. Straight up the hill. No issue whatsoever. I'm keeping an eye on where the mower is at the moment. Trying to bring it around as evenly as I can. But if this is producing this much grass that we're seeing off here at the moment, then we're going to be in a pretty strong position going into the silage creation. I'm really quite happy with this. This is going to be a fantastic addition to the farm, this piece of kit, especially as if we come around here and avoid the gate, we should be able to just straight away start on the second row. And yeah, although I probably don't want to be driving through the grass anymore. This is taking a little bit of getting used to. I'm finding his maneuverability after the 7610 quite a different thing. If I turn around the corners, I'm ending up with some odd shapes. So I'm lifting and putting down instead to make sure that I'm getting as even a cut off here as I can. I am going to go around the field 3 times. The headland up ahead of me, I've already done for 3rd time, so I'm going to drive back up the top of the field and come round and do this bit again. Or go up to the top and sort. We also had a little bit up here where we were going so fast with this that the mower actually jumped. So if I come to here and I just put it down like that, that will sort that bit out and just clean things up. But yeah, this is taking a little bit of getting used to, but it is working an absolute treat. It's a joy to use. And hopefully by the end of this field I'll be used to it enough to be using it really well on our other 2. I spoke in a vlog earlier in the year about how finding a small tractor for us to put on the farm was going to be a really difficult task, and yeah, this is actually a perfect example of what I was talking about, and actually a pretty good solution to the problem. So this is perfectly built to handle this kind of task. It's not built for us to go rolling our fields or seeding or anything like that, even though it's got this about the same level of horsepower as our 7610. It could do those jobs, but it is very much built and very much suited for dealing with doing grass work in small spaces on slopes like we've got here. It's wonderfully maneuverable for doing that. It is brilliant as far as that goes. And so the way for us going forwards with this, actually, because it's secondhand, not being overly expensive, is to have a dedicated tractor that is doing all of the work on these grass fields for us. And then we can use the 7610 and the David Brown for what are now their more specialist jobs on the farm. It will allow us to get everything done quicker. It will allow us to focus very well. And yeah, I'm all up for it. As I was saying before, I think there is a more efficient way to get this working. And I think in the new year, after we've sold this year's silage, we might look at the possibility of getting a slightly smaller rear mower than this Potinger we've got, but adding to it a front mower on this, so that we're also not driving over any of the grass that we're cutting. That should also help increase our yield by nothing getting pushed down like that. And just make for a more efficient thing, because although we'd have a smaller mower on the back, our overall mowing width would be increased by having a setup like that. It's amazing how quickly I've got used to this and where to line up to get the best cut and everything. It's just settled in really well straight off. And I'm not having any issues with this. I thought I might have a bit of an issue with the more complex tractor, having used older ones for so long. But to be honest, there's not a lot of controls in this. This is not that much more complicated than the tractors we already have on the farm. More modern, certainly, but compared to the 7610 especially, it has a very similar number of switches and buttons. The transmission is a bit different. Of course, we've not got anywhere near as many gears to handle. That is very much more automated on this piece of kit. But it's yeah, it's in fact, if anything, that makes it simpler than the 7610, because I'm not having to switch gears all the time to make sure that I can make it up the hill. The tractor's doing all that for me, and meaning that we're getting a much easier cut on this. This is really nice to do, and I think come the summertime, I'm going to be very thankful for the air conditioning in this cab, just as heating is not so bad now, with it being early November and the temperature beginning to drop. I'm loving the speed of this tractor. I'm loving the maneuverability of the tractor. I'm loving the visibility in this tractor. It is just, this is great. This is gonna make my life so much easier doing this job. I am over the moon. We're gonna try and get this cut, and then I think what we'll do after that is we'll go and get the trailer, the forage wagon. Whoa, engine's just cut out on me. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. That's not good. I'm wondering if there's a fault with it at the moment. The trouble is with this is we're gonna have to get someone out to look at this. So back to the issue that I was talking about a few days ago. I have no idea on the workings of this tractor. It could be fairly simple. I've only just picked it up though, so I know what I will be able to do. I can probably get it on my trailer and get it down to the shop for them to have a look at. If it's cutting out like that though, we'll have to keep an eye on it. We'll have to see if it happens again, and the fact that it wouldn't restart so easily, that is a little bit concerning too. I'll keep an eye on it and we'll see what happens. If that becomes a thing, yeah, it's gonna have to go for some repairs. I'm pretty happy how this field's gone. We've kept some nice straight lines. We've got this last little bit to go, but the field seems to have come out pretty well. It's actually the better way to go down this end of the field, to be turning with the mower into the field. It makes a lot better sense. We keep away from the hedge that way, whereas the top end, well no, in fact, yeah, when we're cutting in, we're having to turn with the mower out all the time. When we're cutting round like this, we end up keeping the mower in, and it's much easier to maneuver, but it also doesn't quite work out so well. I'm much happier cutting in and going out, but either way it seems to be working quite well. We've completed this field pretty much. Oh yeah, thought that. Yeah, the maneuverability of this tractor does still take me by surprise every so often, but we're okay. We've caught it, and we just need to line things up and keep going. And yeah, it's having no issues with this slope at all. We'll see what it's like once we get it on to the forage wagon, but at the moment, this definitely seems to have been a good way to go. Field is finished. We are going to get this dropped off in here. In fact, with as tight as everything is in this area at the moment, I'm gonna need to reverse in so that I can get this round. We'll drop this down and into here. Hope I've left enough space to the wall, or just perfect. Drop it down and disconnect that off. Then our trailer is in here, so we'll see how well this hooks up to the forage wagon. We did have a little bit of an awkward thing with having to put the PTO through the connector on the 7610. I'm hoping, yeah, that's much better. Look at that. So the connector has gone high here and the PTO isn't having to go through the arm. That is going to work out much better for us. So yeah, we're all folded out. Let's get it lined up. Turn it on. And away we go. Yep, picking up some grass. Coming up to a full trailer. Yeah, there we go. And that's not bad. We've managed to make it all the way around the headland before we have a full trailer load. That means that actually we've not got a massively higher yield on here than we had when we did the hay. What I am gonna have to do though is move the truck out the way, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to back in here and get it tipped. Forwards. There we go. So yeah, really want to get this this tipped and done. We're not going to be starting work on the new shed quite yet, so we'll just park this here for now and turn it off. There we are. Yeah, and then we can just reverse this up, get it tipped out, and keep on with the field. I would really like to double or even triple how much we have in here. That would be so good. I've just finished off the headlands and we've got 2 and a bit off there, I think. Yeah, we're nowhere near a full full harvester wagon or full forage wagon with what we've got. So yeah, not the greatest of yields on here, surprisingly. We did a lot better this time with this field. I feel that there may still be things we can do to improve the yield on the grass. So I'm going to have a think about this over the winter. See what we can do, whether adding more fertilizer to it would make a difference. I'm not sure it would. Or seeing whether we could be able to just I'm not sure a whole load more slurry on here is going to make a big difference. The amount of slurry we put on was very much targeted at what we have at the moment. So yeah, I'm not sure extra slurry is going to make that big a difference. We'll just have to see how things go and see if we can get it so that we can improve things. I think I'm gonna go and do 4 rows on the next jump, because that getting round there then was just a little bit too tight. I've left a bigger gap this time between where I'm turning, and we're getting much gentler turns, much easier, even with this tractor that turns pretty sharply. In fact, the biggest problem I'm finding is that if I turn too sharply, we're getting a bit close to my... Well, let's switch over here where we're not driving over anything. I get a bit close to the tow bar, and so I have to be a little bit careful. I have to turn a lot more gently with this tractor because it has such a sharper turning circle. But it's working well still. I'm very, very happy with it. It's an absolute pleasure to use, and it's getting this job done much quicker. It's having a lot less trouble on the slopes of this field than my 7610 was, which is great news. I mean, that is you know, a good thing. And the fact that we've not spent that much money on this tractor is really, really good. It's going to make us way more money than it's costing us, which is brilliant. But I do think I need to take it in for a service. I think it could possibly do with a bit of a service before we take it onto the other fields. So I'm gonna leave it going on this today. We'll finish this off, but we'll give it a break. We'll take it back down to the shop, get them to have a look over it while we finish. Well, we've got a whole load of weeds, and I think they might have a weeder for me next time. So I'm going to get this fixed, and we'll get a weeder on the 7610, because you can see in that field over there, there's just a whole load of weeds. And then we'll be able to finish this off, or finish our other fields off, and finally get all of the silage done for the year ready to sell off. This is my 5th load off the field and takes us pretty much at 100,000. This holds 18,700 liters, this. So 18,000 times 5 would be 90. Yeah, about 95,000 liters we've got off the field so far. That is really good. That is much more than I was expecting. We could end up with quite a stock of silage on here to sell. Of course, the other thing is that we've got silage here that is for the cows as well, that we need to put into our feed and get sorted. So there's that as well. But it's yeah, it's looking good. It's looking very good at the moment. I think we're gonna end up with today having quite a good amount off here. Just trying to work out, where was I? Yeah, I think I was going down here. We're getting close to our 7th load off here, as we have just 2 rows to go. We'll see if the shut-off kicks in before we reach the top. I don't think it's going to, though. I'm fairly sure it will on the next row, though. So it's going to be just over 7 full loads on this, which is brilliant. That's a really good amount today. And as I've been saying all the way through this vlog, this little reform is working so well. It's doing this job admirably, and I think has been a very good purchase for the farm. Oh, there we go. Wow. Right, let's use the momentum to get back up the hill. And yeah, we've got such a small amount left on this field. But seven loads, that's really good. That is what, nearly 140,000 liters off this field, just under. That's really fantastic. In fact, I think that with the remaining amount that we've got on this field, that's probably 140,000 liters off here today. That is a result for our end of year cut. That is a big result. I'll have to take stock and see exactly how much we have got in this silage clamp. But yeah, if we can make a similar amount off the other field, which we know we should be able to, because we have a similar size field there and it's been treated very much in the same way. Yeah, if we get a similar amount off there, that is gonna be over, I think that might even be over 500,000 liters that we have to sell for this year's silage. That is a huge amount. That is gonna make such a difference to the farm. In fact, that will probably fund all the improvements that we've made to the farm this year, which is just fantastic news. All in all then, this has been a pretty productive day. First outing for this little tractor, and it's performed well. It's going to be odd going back into the 7610, but we've got some arable work to do in the future, so I'll be doing that. As I said as well, while it's performed really well, we have had a couple of glitches with this tractor. So I will need to take it down to the shop and get it fixed. I think get them to have a look at it. I'm pleased with it though. What a great little tractor, and what a wonderful start. Doesn't look that odd on our Pottinger on our Pottinger forage wagon either. So awesome. We're gonna have some more fun with this once I get it fixed up. For now though, I'm gonna leave this vlog here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.